stampede of the BMX Downhill World Championships from Woodward.
Esta no.
Watch the gate.
BMX racing isn't what it used to be. And for the last 2 years, a new type of downhill BMX has started to get some fresh air into that sport of BMX. It is fast, it's got huge berms, and even huger jumps. And this is it, the first ever UCI Supercross Championships in the world of insane downhill BMX racing.
Well, BMX racing started back in the late 70s, and pretty much they're trying to imitate motocross on their bikes. The tracks and the riders obviously has developed really a lot the last couple of years, and the skill level has gone up, and obviously the normal BMX tracks were getting kind of boring for the pro athletes. You know, they were riding the same tracks at 10-year-old kids, so they needed something to step it up and to show off their skills, and this is pretty much what we're seeing behind us.
There are rulers from all aspects of BMX. Double X Games winner Brandon Meadow from California, who gives us the lowdown on what it takes to be a Supercross BMX rider.
You do have to be physical, you have to be strong. It's definitely an athletic sport. You have to have the bike skills. I think it puts all the aspects, you know, dirt, you know, the strength, the skills, just puts everything into one. Unlike other disciplines of BMX, you know, it's judged by somebody else. This is whoever crossed finish line first is the winner. When I ride my bike, I am in a zone. I forget about everything. Nothing is on my mind except riding my bike. And it takes me away from reality.
Brandon Meadows may have been favored to win, but riders like former X Games winner Robbie Miranda, mountain bike 4-cross world champ Michael Prokop, and World BMX number 2 and US number 1 Randy Stumphauser were all gunning to win that UCI World Championship title. The tension was high as the first qualifying moto saw face-off between X Games man Brandon Meadows and the US rider Randy Stumphauser, who dominated the race the moment he took the lead, comfortably qualifying for the quarterfinals. In the second qualifying moto, the youngest rider of the event, 16-year-old Paul Lang from the USA, soundly beat the more experienced field, including recently crowned 4-cross world champ Michael Prokop and the Aussie mountain bike star Wade Boots, who placed 5th, crashing out of the contest. The fifth moto only had 4 guys in it. It was still one of the most eventful motos of the whole deal. Championship favorite Robbie Miranda slammed on the 40-foot step down and was lucky to qualify, while Californian Jason Richard won the race comfortably and took a beating at the finish line.
Yeah, well,
I'm getting a visa
they're getting a good show.
for him.
The sixth and last qualifying moto, the only South American competitor, Venezuelan Jonathan Soares, found himself up against some serious competition. It was the Flying Dutchman Robert de Wilder who beat him into second place, easily winning this heat with a strong, powerful riding style.
Crazy.
Let's go over that again. It will be Division 1 tomorrow.
Although he failed to dominate his first moto, the mountain bike 4-cross and European champion, the Czech Michael Prokop, was still Europe's best hope to take the UCI Supercross title back home.
My first race in USA was this year in March, and it was pretty cool because the racing here in USA it's a lot of different from Europe. Here is like big higher level. The track it's just fun, you know. It's fun for me. The first and the last straight and everything, the big berms and the jumps, like I don't know, maybe 50 foot long. So it's pretty. I like it. I think it's a good idea to have a UCI Supercross, and I hope next year is gonna be like 2 or 3 races. in Europe too, because I really like this kind of racing. It's real exciting for me, for rider, and for spectators.
What exactly is Woodward anyway? It's hidden deep in the heart of rural Pennsylvania. It's a mecca for core sport rulers and the host for the UCI BMX Supercross Championships. Woodward Camp is the ultimate dream. Nowhere in the world will you find so much terrain for skating, inlining, BMX, such a variety of ramps, pipes, pyramids. Oh man, the terrain is insane. The man who started it all as a gymnastics camp back in the 70s gives us the lowdown on how Woodward became the ultimate fantasy for skaters and BMXers alike.
We were looking for a sport that was predominantly male because our gymnastics was predominantly female. We were looking for something that was non-traditional but individual and exciting. We looked for an alternative sport, and it just so happens the one that we selected was BMX racing. So here we were sitting doing BMX racing, BMX freestyle, and then in 1988 all of a sudden the board with the four wheels showed up and we started having more fun. 1992 is when inline skating went sort of from the adults, went younger and aggressive, and obviously they took over our ramps, which added another phase of us creating more fantasies for these kids. Woodward goes out and does what they say and probably adds another 100% on top of that every year. What it is a combination of the pros and the staff. You know, the pros have become part of the family because really a lot of them when they started with us, they were just, just average skaters, bikers, inliners on the street that basically came up through the system. Steve Caballero, Willie Santos, Tony Hawk, it's just Matt Hoffman, Dave Mira. When you have somebody around all the time of that quality of character and that quality of athletic ability, it's a huge plus for Woodward.
All right, let's get back to the racing. Quarterfinal heat number 1 was stacked. Meadows, Kelly, Lang, Lafredo, Prokop, Stumphauser. When the gate went down, all Lang blasted that hole shot. Brandon Meadows and Harvey Kelly tangled and got left in the dust. Lang, Stumphauser, and Prokop, the 4-cross champion, doing the 1-2-3 thing. The youngest competitor in the whole deal, Lang, led Prokop, Stumphauser, and Lafredo through the finish. The big shocker, Meadows is out.
I hole shot it and was in front and just hit a soft spot. Didn't win, oh well. Better luck next time. Oh yeah. It's much easier doing it in a race than just in practice.
Quarterfinal number 2 had some stuff going down. Hurst, Fons, Day, Schneider, Birkenheimer, Turrison, all going after it. Mike Day got the hole shot. Fons and Schneider tangled up and went down. They are out. The top 4 will move on to the next heat, so the last 4 guys standing just had to cruise. Mike Day stylishly led the pack the whole way. Mike Day would be moving on to the semis along with Turrison, Hurst, and Birkenheimer.
A little nervous on the gate. It was pretty stacked full of people, but feel good to win that one.
The third quarterfinal only had 6 in the gate. Rinketta, Richardson, McGuire, Noble, Bittner, and Strybey. When the gate cracked down, 6 of them bunched together into the first set of jumps. They lost Jason Richardson to some kind of mechanical failure. McGuire ended up grabbing the hole shot. Rinketta, the Swiss guy, he was in second. Brian Strybey hung out in third. And Noble, he sat in the 4th qualifying spot. As McGuire led the pack through the finish, Rinketta, Strybey, and Noble, they'd be moving on to the next round with him.
Had a pretty good start. It's only my second full lap, but the longer the sun sits on the track, the better the track's getting. It's amazing what the crew's done here.
The last quarterfinal heat meant only 4 more guys were going to the semis. Dick, Miranda, Hours, Brown, DeWilde, and Suarez would be one of those 4. DeWilde barged his way out in front. He was being pushed hard by Jonathan Suarez. Robbie Miranda, one of the favorites, he was in third. Good for him though, because the top 4 move on. As DeWilde led the crew over the last big booter, Suarez, Miranda, and Brown followed him through the finish.
Yeah, it's going pretty good. Pulled up a little bit on the first try, but made it through it, man. Oh, dude, you're done. We passed the finish line and we're going downhill. We're not even pedaling that much. and we're tired. So, part of the game.
Part of the game is right. We'll be right back for more Cash or Crash BMX downhill racing as 16 riders are left charging for the title. Coming up, we're going to New York with